In a distant galaxy, the mighty alien empire was ready to expand its territory. At the center of this powerful force stood General Thrax, a fierce leader known for his tactical brilliance. His fleet of ships gleamed in the dark of space, and each vessel was armed with advanced technology. Thrax had heard stories about Earth, a small blue planet filled with humans. He believed they were weak and primitive. In his mind, they were no match for his powerful army. "Prepare for the attack!" Thrax commanded, his voice booming through the ship. His soldiers, a mix of different alien races, responded with shouts of excitement. They were eager to show their strength and crush the humans. Thrax's eyes glinted with confidence as he envisioned a quick victory. As the fleet approached Earth, they could see the green and blue planet come into view. Thrax felt a thrill of anticipation. "We will show them the true meaning of power," he declared. His ships descended toward a small human settlement on the outskirts of a vast forest. The humans were busy in their daily lives, unaware of the danger approaching them. Suddenly, the sky darkened as Thrax's ships blocked out the sun. A loud roar echoed through the air, causing panic among the townspeople. They looked up to see the massive alien vessels hovering above, ready to attack. "Take cover!" shouted a local farmer named Jack. He grabbed his wife and children, rushing them into their small home. The townspeople quickly scattered, trying to find safety. Some ran to the woods, while others hid in their basements, their hearts pounding with fear. Thrax's fleet opened fire, bright beams of energy shooting down at the village. Buildings exploded, sending debris flying into the air. Smoke filled the sky and chaos erupted. Thrax watched from his ship, a satisfied grin on his face. This is too easy, he thought. These humans are nothing but weaklings. But as the dust began to settle, Thrax noticed something unexpected. The humans were not cowering in fear. Instead, they were rallying together, grabbing whatever weapons they could find. They were not as helpless as he had imagined. A group of brave men and women formed a line, armed with farming tools, old rifles, and sheer determination. They stood together, ready to fight for their home. Jack, the farmer, shouted, "We won't let them take our land! Fight for our families!" Thrax's amusement turned to confusion as the humans began to fight back. They launched makeshift bombs and used their knowledge of the terrain to create traps. The aliens, used to overpowering their enemies with ease, found themselves caught off guard. A group of humans ambushed an alien squad, surprising them with a sudden attack. "Impossible!" Thrax shouted, his face reddening with anger. He had underestimated the humans. "Show them no mercy," he ordered, but the aliens struggled to regain control of the situation. The battle raged on, and the humans displayed incredible bravery. They fought with a passion that surprised even themselves. They knew their lives were on the line, and they were willing to do whatever it took to protect their home. The alien soldiers, once confident, began to feel doubt creeping into their minds. Thrax could see that his plan was falling apart. How can they resist like this, he thought. He felt a surge of rage, knowing he had to crush their spirits quickly. He ordered a full assault, hoping to overwhelm the humans with sheer force. As the alien ships continued to fire, the humans fought back with everything they had. The sounds of explosions and gunfire filled the air. The once peaceful village was now a battlefield, and Thrax realized he had made a grave mistake. The humans were not the weaklings he had believed them to be. They were a force to be reckoned with. With every moment that passed, Thrax's anger grew. He shouted orders, but in the back of his mind, he wondered if he had underestimated humanity's spirit. The fight for Earth had only just begun, and the general was about to learn that humans were not as easy to defeat as he thought. After the surprise attack on their town, the humans faced a choice: hide in fear or unite and fight back. The devastation had brought them together in a way they had never experienced before. As the dust settled and the fires burned, the people gathered in the town square, determined to protect their home. Jack, the farmer who had rallied the townspeople during the attack, stood in front of the crowd. His heart raced as he looked at the faces of his friends and neighbors, some still trembling with fear. "We cannot let them win!" he shouted, his voice filled with passion. "They think we are weak, but together we are strong. We must fight for our families, our land, and our future." A wave of agreement swept through the crowd. People nodded and shouted in support. They began to share their ideas, weapons, and skills. The teacher, Mrs. Thompson, suggested they use the knowledge of the forest to their advantage. "We know these woods better than they do. Let's set traps and ambush them when they least expect it, she said, her eyes sparkling with determination. Others joined in with their own ideas. Some were skilled in mechanics and could create makeshift weapons from the remains of the destroyed alien ships. The town blacksmith offered to help forge stronger tools, while the local hunter volunteered to scout the area for any signs of the aliens. Everyone had something to contribute. As they talked, Jack noticed that the fear in their eyes was slowly being replaced by resolve. They were no longer just townspeople, they were becoming a united front. "We will train together," Jack announced. "We will learn to fight and defend ourselves. No one fights alone!" Over the next few days, the humans worked tirelessly. They turned the town square into a training ground. Young and old men and women all joined in. They practiced using bows and arrows, learned to build simple traps, and studied tactics for ambushing the alien soldiers. Every day brought new challenges, but they faced them together. Word spread to nearby towns about the attack. People began to arrive, bringing food, weapons, and their own stories of bravery. A group of farmers from a neighboring village arrived, armed with pitchforks and determination. They joined the training, eager to fight for their homes, too. As the human forces grew, so did their confidence. They no longer felt like easy targets, they felt like a real army. They met every evening to share stories, bond, and discuss their plans. Laughter began to fill the air, replacing the fear that once hung over them. Meanwhile, General Thrax was growing more frustrated. He watched from his flagship, the Oblivion, as reports came in about the humans uniting. "How can they become so strong so quickly?" he fumed. "I thought they were weak!" His anger boiled as he realized that his underestimation of the humans had cost him valuable time. To counter the humans' growing unity, Thrax decided to strike hard. He planned to launch another attack to break their spirit before they became too organized. He ordered his forces to prepare for a full-scale assault on the town. "We will crush them once and for all," he roared, his eyes filled with rage. Back in the town, Jack and the humans sensed that another attack was coming. They gathered for an urgent meeting, knowing they had to be ready. "We have trained hard, and we are stronger than before," Jack said, looking into the eyes of his friends. "But we need to be smart. We must use the element of surprise to our advantage." They discussed their plan late into the night, determined to catch the aliens off guard. They decided to set traps around the town and use the forest as their battleground. "Let them come," Jack said with a fierce smile. "We are ready for them now." With their spirits high and their hearts united, the humans felt a sense of hope. They were no longer just defending their homes, they were fighting for their very existence. They had found strength in each other, and together they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. The time had come to show General Thrax and his army that humans were not to be underestimated. They were ready to defend their land and stand up for their future. The night before the expected attack, the humans gathered in the town square. A large fire crackled in the center, casting a warm glow on their determined faces. Jack stood up, looking at the group of brave men and women who had come together to protect their homes. "Tomorrow we face a powerful enemy," he began, his voice steady. "But we have something they do not, our spirit and unity. We fight not just for ourselves, but for everyone we love." A loud cheer erupted from the crowd, echoing through the dark night. They felt a surge of courage, ready to defend their land with everything they had. The townspeople had transformed from frightened individuals into a united force, and they were determined to prove their strength. As dawn broke, the humans were already in position. They spread themselves throughout the town, hiding behind trees and rocks, their hearts pounding with anticipation. Jack led a small group to the edge of the forest to observe the alien fleet. Through the thick branches, they spotted the alien ships gliding silently toward the village, their metal bodies gleaming in the morning light. "Here they come," Jack whispered, his breath steady despite the tension. The group held their weapons tightly, eyes focused on the approaching threat. Thrax's ships landed just outside the town, and the alien soldiers began to disembark. They were confident, thinking they would crush the humans easily. As the aliens advanced, Jack gave the signal. "Now!" he shouted. The humans sprang into action, launching their carefully planned surprise attack. They unleashed a barrage of arrows, and makeshift bombs exploded around the aliens. The sound of chaos filled the air, but the humans stood firm, fighting with all their might. General Thrax was caught off guard. "What is happening?" he yelled, seeing his soldiers fall to the unexpected onslaught. His confidence wavered as the humans fought with determination. They used their knowledge of the terrain to their advantage, leading the aliens into traps they had set up during the night. The alien soldiers stumbled into pits covered with leaves and branches, falling helplessly as the humans continued their assault. The tide of battle was turning, and Thrax felt rage boiling within him. "Get up! Fight back!" he screamed at his troops. But the humans showed no signs of backing down. They fought with fierce determination, their unity giving them strength. Jack moved through the chaos, coordinating attacks and encouraging his friends. "We can do this!" he shouted, his voice rising above the noise. "Remember why we fight!" His words inspired the humans, reminding them of their purpose. They were not just fighting for their town, but for their families, their future, and their very existence. As the battle raged on, the humans felt a wave of power coursing through them. They had harnessed the strength of their unity and love for one another. With every alien soldier they took down, their confidence grew. They were no longer the weak beings Thrax had thought them to be. They were warriors. On the other side of the battlefield, Thrax struggled to regain control. He had never faced such fierce resistance before. "They cannot be this strong," he thought, disbelief flooding his mind. He realized that the humans had found a power he had underestimated, the power of humanity. Their ability to unite and fight for each other was something no alien technology could defeat. Seeing his forces falter, Thrax made a desperate decision. "Fall back," he commanded. "We will regroup and come back stronger." His words echoed through the chaos. But the humans were relentless. They pushed forward, refusing to let the aliens escape easily. As the alien troops retreated, Jack and the others cheered. They had won their first battle against a much larger and seemingly invincible foe. The sight of the alien ships lifting off the ground filled the humans with pride and hope. They had shown that they could fight back and defend their homes. "We did it!" someone shouted, raising a weapon in triumph. Laughter and cheers erupted among the humans, but Jack reminded them to stay vigilant. "This is just the beginning," he said, a determined look in his eyes. "We must prepare for whatever comes next." The power of humanity had been unleashed, and the humans knew they were ready to face anything that lay ahead. They had fought together, and together, they would continue to stand strong against the threats that awaited them. The victory over the alien forces brought a wave of hope to the humans, but they knew that the battle was far from over. General Thrax would not give up easily. Jack gathered the townspeople again, this time to discuss their next move. "We have shown them our strength, but they will return with even more forces," he warned. "We need a plan, and we need to be ready." The humans spent the next few days preparing for the final battle. They built stronger defenses around the town and created traps to slow down the aliens. They trained harder, practicing their tactics until they moved as one. The spirit of unity that had formed among them was unbreakable. One night, while they were gathered around the fire, Jack spoke to the group. "This is not just about our town anymore. It is about all of humanity. We are standing up for our future, for every person on this planet." The group nodded, determination in their eyes. They were ready to fight. As the sun rose on the day of the final battle, a thick fog covered the land, making everything look mysterious. Jack and the others took their positions, hearts pounding with anticipation. They could see the shadows of the alien ships appearing in the distance, moving closer. General Thrax stood on the bridge of the Oblivion, his eyes blazing with anger. "This time, we will crush them completely," he roared to his troops. "They will pay for their defiance!" He had brought a larger force, determined to teach the humans a lesson they would never forget. The aliens landed with a thunderous noise, and the humans prepared for the fight of their lives. Jack took a deep breath and signaled the others to hold their positions. "Stay calm and remember our training," he urged, his voice steady. They watched as the aliens poured out of their ships ready for battle. As the aliens advanced, Jack gave the command. "Now!" he shouted. The humans sprang into action, unleashing arrows and bombs once more. The sound of battle filled the air, and the fog created a thick haze, making it hard to see who was friend or foe. Thrax's forces charged forward, but the humans fought back fiercely. They had learned from their previous encounter, and their teamwork was more coordinated than ever. They used their traps effectively, slowing down the aliens and causing confusion among their ranks. In the heat of the battle, Jack spotted Thrax leading the charge. He was a massive figure, his armor shining with menace. Jack felt a surge of determination. "We have to take him down," he shouted to his friends. "If we defeat Thrax, we can win this fight." Together, Jack and a small group of brave fighters charged toward the general. They fought their way through the chaos, dodging blasts and striking down alien soldiers. Jack's heart raced as they got closer to Thrax, who was cutting through the humans like they were nothing. Finally, they reached him, and the battle became personal. Jack faced Thrax, his heart pounding in his chest. "You will not destroy our home," Jack shouted, raising his weapon. Thrax laughed, a deep, menacing sound. "You think you can defeat me? I will crush you and your kind." With that, they clashed. Jack fought with all his strength, remembering his friends and family and everything they were fighting for. Thrax was strong, but Jack had something the general didn't, the power of humanity. The determination to protect his home fueled his every move. As they battled, the humans around them began to take notice. The tide of battle was shifting. Inspired by Jack's bravery, more humans rallied to fight against the aliens. Their unity was like a wave crashing down on the enemy, pushing them back. Slowly, Jack gained the upper hand. With a final powerful strike, he knocked Thrax off balance. The alien general stumbled, and Jack saw his chance. "This is for my people!" he shouted as he struck Thrax down. As Thrax fell, the aliens hesitated, their confidence shaken. The humans seized the moment, pushing forward with renewed strength. "We can do this!" Jack yelled, and his voice rang out above the noise. The humans charged, their spirits high, driving the remaining aliens back toward their ships. With their general defeated, the alien forces began to retreat. The humans chased them away, ensuring they would not return. Cheers erupted among the townspeople as they realized they had won. They had defended their home against an overwhelming enemy. Breathing heavily, Jack looked around at his friends and neighbors, their faces filled with joy and relief. They had proven their strength and the power of humanity. Together, they had overcome fear and faced the impossible. As the sun set, the humans gathered to celebrate their victory, their bonds stronger than ever. They had fought for their home and won, showing that even the mightiest of foes could be defeated when united by love and determination. As the last alien ship disappeared into the horizon, the humans erupted in cheers. They had fought bravely and won the battle against the invading forces. Jack stood among them, feeling a mix of joy and relief. Their victory was not just about defeating General Thrax, it was about protecting their homes and families. The townspeople gathered in the square, where a large bonfire crackled in the center. They lit the fire to celebrate their triumph. Jack looked around at the smiling faces, illuminated by the flames. He could see pride in their eyes, a reflection of the strength they had discovered within themselves. "We did it!" someone shouted, raising their weapon high. The crowd responded with cheers and laughter, their spirits lifted by the joy of victory. But Jack knew that their fight was not over. The world had changed, and they needed to prepare for what might come next. As night fell, Jack called the townspeople together. "I am proud of each and every one of you," he said, his voice strong. "Today we proved that we can stand up to any threat. But we must remain vigilant. There may be more alien forces out there, and we cannot let our guard down." The crowd fell silent, understanding the truth in his words. They had won a battle, but the war for their future was not over. Jack continued, "We must train harder and build stronger defenses. We need to unite with other towns and villages to ensure our safety." His words resonated with everyone. They realized that together they could face any challenge. The next few weeks were filled with training and preparations. The humans worked together to strengthen their community. They built walls around their town, creating safe spaces for everyone. They organized patrols and practiced combat strategies, ensuring that they would be ready for any attack. News of their victory spread to nearby villages. Many came to join their efforts, bringing supplies and skills. People from all over began to unite, forming a coalition of communities ready to defend themselves against any future threats. Jack welcomed everyone, knowing that the strength of their unity would be their greatest weapon. One day, a messenger arrived from a distant town. He brought news of other human communities joining the fight against the alien threat. "We heard of your bravery and want to help," he said, his eyes shining with determination. "Together we can stand against the aliens and protect our homes." Jack felt a surge of hope. This was what he had envisioned, a united front of humanity against a common enemy. "Welcome! We will train together and prepare for anything that comes our way," Jack replied, his heart full of purpose. As the days turned into weeks, the coalition grew stronger. Jack and his friends organized meetings where everyone could share their ideas and strategies. They discussed how to build better defenses and how to communicate effectively in case of another attack. They learned from each other's experiences, sharing knowledge and skills that would benefit them all. One evening, as the sun set over the horizon, Jack stood on a hill overlooking the town. He could see the flickering lights of campfires and hear the laughter of people coming together. In that moment, he realized they were not just fighting against a threat. They were building a future filled with hope, cooperation, and understanding. Weeks passed, and the humans continued to prepare. They had become a force to be reckoned with, no longer the fearful individuals they once were. They had discovered their strength, and they were ready to protect their way of life. Then, one bright morning, news came from the scouts. They reported that alien ships were spotted again, but this time, they were not alone. Other human communities were ready to stand with them. Jack felt a rush of excitement mixed with determination. "We will not run this time," he declared to his gathered friends. "We will fight together." As the sun rose high in the sky, casting a golden light over the town, the humans prepared for the confrontation. They stood side by side, united in purpose. With every heart beating in unison, they knew they were not just defending their homes, they were standing for all of humanity. As they waited for the aliens to arrive, Jack looked around at the faces of his friends and neighbors. He felt a profound sense of hope. They had faced fear and emerged stronger. Together, they were ready to face whatever lay ahead. This time, they would not fight alone. This time, they would fight with the strength of all humanity behind them.